A lot tends to be made of a player's experience of chasing down Premier League titles when it comes to the crunch. This summer, champions Chelsea lost 3 men with more practice than most. John Terry, a player unrivaled in securing 4 titles as a captain, and 2-time winners Diego Costa and Nemanja Matic were ushered to the exit. Eden Hazard shows the strain of Chelsea's poor form during Tuesday's defeat in Rome. Manager Antonio Conte is coming under pressure as he tries to live up to last season's heights. Just weeks down the line, concerns are already being raised about Chelsea's potential to keep hold of their crown, 9 points off the pace and showing worrying signs of weakness. While Terry was the man leading from the dressing room, Costa and Matic missed just 6 games of the title run between them. At times, the attributes of all three have been missing from Antonio Conte's side, who have also suffered with injury, suspension, and selection issues, while their replacements endure a stop-start opening to the season. Here, Sportsmail looks at just what Chelsea have been missing after losing 3 huge chunks of their last 2 title-winning teams. Out of the team and occasionally struggling for match practice, when he came back in, Terry, 36, had effectively been reduced to a cheerleading role before leaving Chelsea in the summer. He did not start in the Premier League between mid-September and mid-May ahead of his guard of honor exit to Aston Villa. But if a cheerleader and motivational speaker was what Conte was looking for, there was no better man for the job than Terry. John Terry has left Chelsea for Championship side Aston Villa towards the end of his career. The Blues captain, leader, legend is irreplaceable after a glorious time at Stamford Bridge. The Italian coach spoke at length on his captain's dressing room influence, his work in helping me on and off the pitch, and how valuable it was. In April, he added, "If you ask me if next season it is a serious loss, yes, I think so. I am seeing what John is doing this season in the changing room. We are building a foundation, and he is important to this." With Terry in the past, Chelsea looked to lack leaders. Gary Cahill has had a difficult start to the season, and the new figureheads of this side, the likes of Cesar Azpilicueta, Eden Hazard and Thibaut Courtois, are not cut from quite the same cloth as their former skipper. Chelsea no longer have his transfer saga looming over them, but the shadow of firebrand Costa still remains at Stamford Bridge. Conte showed the now Atletico Madrid striker the door after their spectacular falling out, selling him for £57.5 million. And while replacement Alvaro Morata started off with 7 goals in 8 games, those have since dried up with hamstring trouble and a 6-game drought following. Some at Stamford Bridge cannot help but long for Costa on nights like Tuesday evening in Rome when Chelsea looked lethargic and in need of a spark to inspire them. The snarling, aggressive forward play of Diego Costa gave Chelsea a physical and mental edge. But he recently maneuvered a transfer back to former club Atletico Madrid. Morata is a fine player and a classy forward, but the contrast in styles between the Spaniard and his adopted countrymen are plain for all to see. Chelsea's new number 9 has faced something of a kicking at times, something Costa would embrace, and minds will wander back to his excellent form from around this time last year. The snarling figurehead of Conte's title winners is now back in Spain, and, certainly with Michy Batshuayi still not entirely trusted to start games, Chelsea could have done with another striker in their ranks. Costa, in the shape he helped take Chelsea win 2 Premier League titles, would still fit the bill. Flogging £40 million Matic to Manchester United this summer has proved one of the biggest talking points around the Premier League in terms of Chelsea's stuttering start. Phil Neville was particularly outspoken about the burly Serbian midfielder sale this week, telling BBC Radio 5 Live, "Whoever made that decision needs sacking. That is one of the poorest decisions I have ever seen in the Premier League." The former United and Everton defender's sentiments are not shared by many at Stamford Bridge, but the centre of midfield has been a clear source of woe for Chelsea. Nemanja Matic was a colossal presence in the heart of Chelsea's midfield last year. The Serbia star is now proving his worth under Jose Mourinho at Manchester United. The tireless N'Golo Conte has finally succumbed to injury, And in his absence, summer signing Timo Bakayoko has not looked the same player after a promising start. It should also be noted that the former Monaco man is carrying a knee injury. Fellow recruit Danny Drinkwater has also been injury-plagued, while Cesc Fabregas is far from his best as he tries to hold the fort, playing almost every minute in the absence of alternative options. Matic helped with Chelsea's shape, and having started so well, after moving to strengthen a top-table rival, his sale will always draw raised eyebrows.